Lisa Ring joins us right now. She is running in Georgia's 1st District for United States Congress. She's a Just Democrat and endorsed by Our Revolution. Lisa, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. So you're in Georgia. Jon Ossoff ran a campaign in Georgia's 6th District where he spent $23 million and lost anyway. So the conventional wisdom there was run towards the center and spend a lot of money. That did not work. So Lisa, what's your strategy for winning in what is considered a safe Republican seat?
My strategy is exactly the opposite. I believe that the incumbent has millions of dollars. He's worth more than 35 million. I believe that we're going to win by outworking him. And I think that what we have to run on is a bold, progressive message. We've tried the centrist strategy and it fails every single time. We've not had a Democrat here in the 1st District of Georgia for the past 25 years. So it's time to do something different. I believe that this nation is progressive at heart. The majority of people agree with progressive issues, and that's how we're going to win.
You've been a grassroots organizer for 30 years. Is there anything you learned from that experience that you can apply to this campaign?
Absolutely. I started off knocking on doors. And so my heart is in grassroots organizing, talking to people one-on-one, really finding what we have in common and talking about the important issues. Because I think that when we're out there connecting as humans, that's how we make the most difference. Rather than sitting at home watching TV and having the news fed to us, we can actually talk to human beings and connect with them and see that we have issues that we all have in common and we all want solutions to.
So Lisa, you were a Sanders delegate to the DNC. I see the sign behind you that says money is not speech. You don't take corporate PAC money because you're a Just Democrat, or you don't take corporate PAC money and that's why you're a Just Democrat, not the other way around. So how much does that resonate in your district?
Surprisingly, people in my district are hungry for a progressive who is not going to be corrupted by corporations. We have a district that has not been listened to. We have a representative that represents pharmaceutical companies and fossil fuels and is not passing legislation that helps the people of this district. People are ready to have their voice heard and ready to be represented, and we can only do that with a candidate who is not going to be representing corporations. So it's a message that's resonating with people, and it's amazing to me that now the time is right to make these changes for policies that I've always believed in. I believe that now is the time.
Okay, let me throw a curveball at you. I know you're not running the race based on money, but what if you had $23 million that the establishment gave to Jon Ossoff? Out of curiosity, what would you do with it?
I wouldn't waste that amount of money on a campaign. There are so many other ways that we could make changes. I suppose if I had to, I'd give it to all other progressive candidates so they could win as well. It doesn't take money to win. What it takes is hard work. That's why I started this campaign almost a year ago, because we have 17 counties in this district and I want to talk to every person. And to do that, I have to have the staff, I have to have the money to have the organizing in this campaign. But beyond that, we don't need millions of dollars. We just need to be able to pay a staff, do the outreach. Anything beyond that, we could use to help other candidates. Because we have to make sweeping changes, and we can't do that with only one candidate. We need candidates on all levels.
Lisa, you're amazing, man. That's I don't know that any other candidate would have given that answer. The Republicans would look at that and go, "What a liberal," and liberals will look at that and go, "What a liberal." So I'm glad I asked. I didn't expect that answer. So now let's talk about some of your issues, because I know that you've got family who are in the military service, right? And so you've got an interesting idea for military families. What is that?
I don't know that it's interesting. I do know that we live in a district that has 4 military bases. We have over 75,000 veterans. My husband is in the Georgia Army National Guard, and my son is in the Army. He was just deployed last week for the first time to the Middle East. I know that we have people who are serving, who are sacrificing their lives and their families as well to serve this country. And then when they come home, the promises that we've made to them are not being kept. We have homeless veterans in this district. We also have military families who receive food stamps and who receive food from food banks near bases because they're making such a low salary that they can't afford to feed their families. To me, this is unforgivable. The amount of money that we spend on defense as a country, this money should be going to not only having the best defense that we can have in this country, but to taking care of our veterans and our families who are serving. That money is not getting to the people who are doing the work. So that is my idea, is to take care of our veterans, to take care of our military families, and not the military industrial complex. I believe that what we should be doing is not sending our children into wars that have no end and have no purpose.
Yeah, so I talk about how the troops don't actually get the money when we do this bloated defense budgets. A lot of the guys coming in start at $19,000, which is unbelievable. But I didn't know until I read your materials that 18% of military families receive food benefits. I mean, we've got a $700 billion defense budget, and we can't pay our troops enough so they don't need government assistance. It's outrageous. But what I was asking you about is tax-free bonus for soldiers. Is that an idea you support?
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't know what you were referring to. Yes, so our people who serve get a bonus. Oftentimes, that is part of why they're signing up. And many of these soldiers need these bonuses, and then they're taxed. How does that make any sense? Here we are, it is our government asking people to serve their country, and then we're taking tax dollars out of their bonuses. So yes, absolutely. I believe that those bonuses should be tax-free.
So, Lisa, unfortunately, money does matter. You know, I'm definitely not as good a progressive as you are, because I think that if people found out that you were there to end the corruption, and you don't take corporate PAC money, you don't take legalized bribes, et cetera, and that you would fight to get money out of politics, if they found out you were for Medicare for all, for legalizing marijuana, and for actually supporting the troops, et cetera, I think that that would be a really interesting contest to see if a safe Republican seat can be totally swayed. What I'm afraid of is that you're not going to have enough resources to be able to get everybody in that district to know that Lisa Ring has those positions. You see what I'm saying?
That we won't have enough money as a campaign?
Yeah.
Well, we've done very well so far with small individual contributions, and it's enough to keep us going. It has kept us going throughout the district. We've been canvassing in all 17 counties. We're getting the word out there. People know who I am. They know what I stand for. I've been working very hard. We've talked to close to 7,000 people. Actually, I think it's over 7,000 people. We've knocked on their doors. At events, I've talked to over 13,000 people. We are reaching people, and I feel that we have the momentum that it's going to take. I would not have run for office if I thought that I could not win and that I could not have a winning strategy. I think the winning strategy is putting in the effort to talk to everybody in any way that I can. And I think that that's paying off.
Yeah.
We're seeing that we do have that type of momentum, and it is working.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I think you absolutely can win, and I think that's a winning message. So I just want people to make sure that they're helping you out, whether it's donating or it's volunteering. And here we'll put up the links for Lisa right now, and these will be in the description box on YouTube and Facebook later. So just click on those links and make sure you're participating, because That's what I want. I want a battle of ideas. I want your ideas versus Earl Buddy Carter's ideas, which is to support Donald Trump and multinational corporations and the rich. And I bet you Georgia votes for you. But you got to have enough volunteers and resources to hire staff, et cetera, to be able to make that happen. So, and the primary's coming up, so that's very important. So, and then you've got the general election. So I just wanted people to know about it. And Lisa, thank you for joining us at Rebel Headquarters. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.